You're listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast, discussing all aspects of precision and long-range rifle shooting. This episode is brought to you by Impact Dynamics. And now, over to your hosts.
Well, hello and welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. This is episode 130, and with me this evening, Andy Little. Not first place, not runner-up for the season. Third place for the season for the PRS in 2019 in production.
Yep, no, I'm still pretty happy with that, but you got to share the love.
We'll get onto that in a moment. And chief spotter at the PRS on Sunday for a bit.
I was just one in a team. I wasn't chief.
Okay, team spotter, Dutchy.
Just a cog in the machine.
Yep.
Yes.
Good. How was the cog time?
It was. We were there was a bit of grinding. There was a bit of grinding with some of the gears, but we got through it.
Needed more lubrication.
No, we just you need to screen some of the spotters for impact Tourette's before you let them go on the range, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay, tell us about that.
Well, as I've more than alluded to, I think one of our spotters had impact Tourette's and was just yelling impact when it. Well, I wouldn't say yelling, more like. Then realising it hadn't happened, and then oh dear.
Yeah, that happens. That definitely happens.
It was a lot of fun.
Good. Well, we will get onto that momentarily. But obviously wrapped up the 2019 Vortex Precision Rifle Series finale just over a week ago, about 10 days ago that was held. And plenty of stories, exciting times and good fun out of that. But we will save that for a little bit later on. Anything else been going on, gentlemen?
I think someone's been shooting recently.
I think a whole heap of people were shooting last weekend. 48 of them.
Yeah, we've moved on from that though.
Have we? Oh, we're going to cover that later. Sorry.
Yeah. What are you doing? What did you do today?
I went shooting.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to.
I think that's the first time in 18 months. No, probably a bit over 12 months.
Right.
Good. And
how's your shoulder?
You ever going to do it again?
Fine. Oh, no, it's a bit loud now. It's a bit loud. Yeah.
Not wrapped.
I was taken away from my den, which I've been occupying for the last too long.
Had to let the couch breathe.
Yeah. It missed me. It's like it dried out a little bit.
Good.
No, it was really good. Really good. Had an absolute ball.
Really good. Did you end up hitting much?
No. I said I went shooting, not hitting.
Not impacting.
Made lots of noise.
Not a lot of that.
I think I heard one of those, but it might have just been a flashback from other people who were good.
Excellent. All right, cool. And what were you running today?
I was running the 308 and the 300 Ultra Mag.
Nice.
Yep, just
boom. Yeah, proper boom.
It was a proper boom.
Excellent.
No one else wanted to have a go. I offered it and I'll have a go, and then they just disappeared.
Scaring them off.
Useful.
No, I think they had to go, but
that's it's the way it goes. Well, we were broadcasting on Patreon, but I believe we may have seized up. Yeah, not working too well. Anyway,
you look happy.
I was. Oh, here we go. We're back. Hey, Patreon.
No, he's less happy now.
I was going to say that's a shame because I like to look at myself afterwards.
Do you? Oh, there you go. Now you can look at yourself there. Yeah, it's all going on. Cool. All right. Well, what else is going on? and he's putting his soccer pose on. Cross your arms, all right. Little beefcake. All right. Good. I was in Sydney on the weekend for not a shot expo. It was nowhere near that. It was a Penrith gun show. It was pretty small. Not small, just it's pretty quiet.
Yep.
But I guess a lot of New South Wales are having a challenging time right at the moment. So perhaps buying projectiles and scopes wasn't top of their agenda, which is fair. Just fair. But on the way back, I did see a stack of South Australian fire trucks on their way over to New South Wales, which was encouraging to see.
Yeah. Good on them.
Which was good, and just trying to think if there's anything exciting happening there. Oh yeah, I was in the hotel that I was staying at in Emu Plains, which is clearly a top suburb
That sounds like a tourist destination, doesn't it?
Yep.
Emu planes.
I swear that's been in that Lara Bingle campaign.
Where all your
Where the bloody hell are you? I'm in Emu Plains.
Well, I was
never been to Emu Plains. Don't lie.
I was that night, and I was like, all right, well, I might head over to the Irish pub at some point. We'll just jump on their website and see what's going on. This is just on the Friday night, and I've jumped on there, and front center, there's a picture of the Blink-182 tribute act, and I thought, oh, okay,
Awesome.
All right, I wonder when they're going to be on. Oh, in an hour. They kick off. All right. Well, I wonder what tickets are worth. I'm a bit of a Blink-182 fan, and the last time I saw Blink-182, they weren't much. They were nearly as good as a tribute act anyway. So I thought, oh, well, these guys might be all right, and it was free. So I went. That's the perfect price. So I wandered over there for dinner and made friends with a whole bunch of Blink-182 fans.
nice.
Which was good fun. Yeah, rocked my skate shoes. I was in my element. It was
Awesome.
good.
Did you get what you paid for?
I probably got more than what I paid for. Yeah, to be fair.
Nice.
They were fine. They were fine. They were not amazing. They were good though. Yeah, proper tribute.
So they were up to par with Blink-182 then?
The last time I saw Blink-182, yeah, definitely. They'll be on that comfortably.
Many other bands kicking around the Emu plains there?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
There was an acoustic act there on Sunday but they were just wrapping up by the time we got there.
Is that just some
finishing the show?
Irish guy who's just really hungover, just like, hey,
Could have been. I'm not going to write that off. Yeah, and he was better than Blink-182 actually. Yeah.
probably drank more than all of them that morning.
He's sitting there playing along going, oh, these Irish dancers, they'll rock up one day.
Yeah, one day. So anyway, that was good fun. And shout out to Sean Watts who came out and had a few beers, and Ian Porter helped me from what's his company's name? I've had a mental blank.
Yep.
Yeah. Porter Machine Works. I reckon that's the correct wording on it. Anyway,
I was going to go some whiskey distillery.
go with that then.
There you go.
With that. Yeah.
Porter's
Whiskey
Distillery. There we go.
Sponsored by Irish Jig Dancing. Wonderful. So, thanks to those guys for coming and helping out and having beers and all that sort of gear. Yeah, it was always nice to catch up with a few mates. And then on the way back, I stopped in at the one and only Mr. Ben Jarrett, the Long Gun Project extraordinaire, and checked out his new place in Hay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a balcony. He's got a back veranda big enough to host a PRS match on.
Oh,
yeah.
Where does he live?
Hey.
Hey?
Look, I got a joke. What do gay horses eat?
Go for
Hey!
it. I'll let Ben know. Just in case he was wondering.
That's one of life's mysteries, isn't it? Solved.
I came into this podcast wanting to know the answer to that question, and now I've got it. So we're done.
Thanks for listening to the Precision.
No, all right, we've got some other stuff to talk about. We hit 200 subscriptions. We hit 200 subscriptions on YouTube, which is great. Thanks.
200 more than what we had to start with.
Yeah, that's you're spot on. Yeah.
Yep.
So thanks for the guys who do choose to watch us on YouTube. I never thought that was a real medium for a podcast, but proved me wrong. Yeah. So and actually, if you haven't seen it, the one that we did, I can't remember the episode was called. Was that 4-pack of penguins? It was the bag episode.
Yeah. Yep.
That one there, we actually put more in the video than just the title screen. So if you look through, you actually get to see pictures of the bags. Possibly a penguin.
Oh, nice.
I can't remember if there was penguins in it. But anyway, someone watch the video and tell us. Somebody watch the video and tell us. Dutchy's looking bored. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
No,
he's just
Taking it all in.
gazing at me before.
I'm sort of self-censored a little bit there.
Penguin related. All right.
Don't self-censor. I tried that. Didn't work out.
Hey, new products. I'm about to have the Hornady A-tips arrive at Projectile Warehouse. They have finally, I know there was a shipment earlier in the country through another importer, but the importer that I use has got them in Sydney. They'll be coming over next week, so they'll be going out. Any of you guys going to try them?
Oh, if I can get them for free, yep.
But you won't be able to get them for free if you become third.
3 for free?
No, not for 3.
Okay.
Not if you come third in production, mate. You don't get anything for free.
Well, that's fair enough.
No, I'm waiting for the G tip.
Good. A little bit higher, is it?
Oh, it's as high as a gangster gets.
I don't have that audio.
Sorry, mate. We get rid of it.
You set it up.
No, I would be keen to see how they go.
I'm really
and the
interested.
feedback.
Yeah, really interested to see how they will go. I'm keen for a 338 to come out and try that on 338 or a 300 Win Mag. I think that's where they will perhaps really shine. So, because they're not cheap, pieces of metal. But anyway, see how they go. We'll see how they go. The other thing that I did see come out that Delta Tactical announced they had this week was, what was this called? A rail changer.
Rail Changer X.
Right, sorry, I forgot the X, and the X is what makes it sound cool.
Yeah, it's like it's the 10th version.
Yeah.
You're looking at, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Roman numerals?
Are you an Apple fan, are you?
No, I listen a little bit at school.
The Area 419 Rail Changer X is here. So this is basically a game changer from Armageddon Gear. Waxed game changer, OG. And you get a thumb stop and a sort of like one of those plates that Grey Ops make-ish. And it's a plate that's attached to the bag because they did like this Arca Rail bag, but the Arca Rail bag had one mounting point at the back, and the rail sort of came out the front, and the bag hung off that.
Yeah, it was still a thin little rail, wasn't it?
Yeah. Whereas this appears to be mounted the whole way along, and the actual connection point is in the centre of the plate. So that'll be interesting to see.
It does look like it would be pretty sturdy. That's for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So that's worth checking out. Hit up Delta Tactical for that one. Speaking of Delta Tactical, 2/3 of the contingent that are currently in the USA are from Team Delta Tactical. So Luke and George and Ash, of course, as well. All 3 of those boys are in the US and have been there for a little bit now, a bit over a week. Ash, I believe, was heading to K&M to do a training course, which I think we did mention. But the other boys went down to Texas to hang out with Paul Reed for a week. And they did all right. They shot a club match down there with quite a few good shooters. How did they go, Andy?
I reckon I've seen them do very well. Yeah. I saw a few photos there, a few of the results, and it looks like they've definitely put us on the map there.
Yep.
Yeah, represented us rather well.
So what you're saying is they won.
Yep.
They won.
That's the one.
Yep. They went out there and they actually drew. I don't know if there was a tiebreaker stage or not, but they both end up on 80 points and the next best was on 78. So the boys went there to shoot.
Showing them how it's done.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
More importantly, have they replied to your team support message?
My video, which I had to somewhere, but I do not believe they have replied. Who knows?
Ouch.
I know. Just all that 7 hours just gone. No, not quite, really. I think, to be fair, if there's a difference between them...
To be fair, I had no intention of anyone watching that.
Was rather bored one day.
Yeah, no, it was never meant to be released and it got leaked. So,
who leaked that?
Me.
Someone in this office.
Yeah. That's the way it went. So anyway, they're over there, and I haven't seen any updates from Ash apart from him letting me know that he had arrived safe.
Is he trying to fly under the radar? I think. Is he doing he's doing the stealth? He's in the secret camp.
He's that sort of way. Yeah. He is that sort of way.
Doing the meditation. Impact.
Visualize.
Impact. Click. Those bloody Australian spotters, they were like, impact. Throw me off my game.
Did you have any creative uses of the word impact on the finale?
I reckon
Dutchy?
I heard some. Yeah.
No, I just struggle to say it when I'm meant to, so I don't want to, deviate too far from the norm.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I definitely heard a few creative ones.
What'd you hear?
I can't replicate it. It was just
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I can't replicate it. We had a chicken man doing impacts on our state. It was magnificent.
There was a bit of chicken influence there, really, wasn't there? There was bit of crossover. But anyway, that's good as long as they're enjoying themselves. That's the main thing. That's it. So. Yeah, so we're hoping the USA boys going well. The Australian boys in USA, you know what I mean. They'll be rocking it. So another couple of days. Well, we're recording this on Wednesday, and the finale is Friday. So hopefully those guys and a few others will be updating us how it all goes over there, so we can keep everyone posted. So I would stay close to the Precision Rifle Series page, probably our page, the Impact Dynamics page. We'll be sharing as much as we can out over there on what's going on over in the US. So if you do happen to see anything, that a shooter's put up or anything that's relevant to those boys, please tag us in Precision Rifle Series or Precision Shooting Podcast, and we'll make sure it gets out there and amongst it. The more support we can show those boys, the better. And if anyone wants to record a message 10,000 times to them, go for it.
Or if they want to record 10,000, cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
Well,
Cheers, mate.
If it doesn't go so well, it could be a very boring flight home that they've got to keep themselves amused on.
There you go.
Options. Yes. Anyway, good. Well, we're done for the year for PRS. That's it for the matches. Still obviously club matches and stuff going on, but that's wrapped up. What are we? 6 matches, and the finale.
Yep. Pre-season's already started.
Pre-season started. Oh right, what's happened?
It's just been drinking.
Pre-season drinking started.
Contemplating next year.
We'll get onto your next year thoughts after, no doubt. But, the joy is that everyone in the realm, Bronte sends his apologies tonight, by the way, something to do with fire trucks and work, and I didn't really understand the message. But anyway, he's on his way. All 3 of us were at the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, you were a competitor. Dutchy, you were one of the ROs, one of the spotters running a stage, and I was certainly there. So, Andy, maybe give us a bit of rundown on paint an overall picture for us.
An overall picture. I should have prepared this. I knew it was coming. That's pretty much how the weekend went for me.
Oh, that was your overall picture.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Do you feel that every shooter was, I should have prepared this. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, it's like,
Did I read the stage brief?
Finale, what's that?
Yeah, the book came out.
Sounds Spanish.
The day before. I probably should have read it. But
that's one thing. The book came out on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was a few days before.
Yeah, a few days early. Yeah. Help, hindrance, didn't make any difference. Any thought?
I did have a flick through. Sort of read a few of the stages, and I was like, this is going to be awesome. And
I can hear the genuineness in your voice.
Yeah, about 5 stages in, I was like, I'll read this on the day.
Do you know that's fascinating, because I think you are one of many who got it and went, I want to read it when I'm focused.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah. So
that's procrastination technique, isn't it?
Perfect.
I'm going to read this when I'm fucked. No, I'll just wait for the day. No, I work better without reading. I don't read instructions when I put together IKEA stuff.
I'll read it afterwards.
I'll be focused on the day for sure.
Yep. Okay.
No, it was a really good weekend. Stages were challenging and very dynamic, which is good. Like, it was good that it was challenging and different. It was good weather. We had a bit of sun out, fair bit of mirage, but it was a good weekend. Really enjoyed it.
Cool. And so on Friday, when you got down there, you were down there Friday?
Yes.
Yep. What did you, from practice point of view, what did you do? Was it any different to you this time around, or is it?
Not a whole lot, no. So I pretty much confirmed 0. Did, I think, 2 groups, and I was like, they're sick groups. Like some of the best.
That's right. They were some of the best groups you'd shot, according to you.
Yeah, 2-3 shot groups, and they were just like, holes touching. I was like, sick, I'm happy with that. Took it out to 500, confirmed that, and that was pretty much done for me. I think it was about 30 rounds all up. But out of that 30 rounds, I had 3 misfires, which sort of threw me off a bit.
Okay.
Sort of played with my mind, and then ended up going home and reseating all my primers a bit harder. I think that was the main issue.
Were you intending to go home? Or you?
I was that night.
were,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep.
yep.
But definitely not staying up till midnight doing that and stuffing around. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because there was a fairly early start the next morning.
It was. I think it was 6:30 or something. But yeah, I had to get up at 5. I think it was, or a bit before. But yeah, didn't have a whole lot of sleep, and that's all right. It's all part of it.
Okay.
That's the one thing that put me off PRS when I saw the
What?
start time. Like
Oh.
6:30 in the morning. Like in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning.
There's not too many
What even happens at
unemployed.
6:30 in the morning?
Haven't you got kids?
That's when like, yeah, but I've trained him to sleep in.
By trained, he means gassed.
Yeah. That
No,
rum
I
really
just
kicks
keep
in
him
about
up real
it.
late at night. Cattle prod, just turn it down to stun a bit, right?
So, yeah. We don't
Sorry,
have too
I
many.
shouldn't have,
No, you're right. I was
interrupted.
going to say we don't have too many unemployed people shooting PRS. That's probably why.
Yeah, well, that's your problem, isn't it?
Probably why. Yeah. Early start. One
Yep.
of the earlier starts. Big days though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. This time of year, it's nice to have an early start. It doesn't really affect
Yeah.
you too much.
Yeah.
With the sun being up early. Definitely during winter, you notice it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
cold, and yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
That time of morning. It's quite comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. So
I don't come out of my den in winter, so
Yeah, that's why you waited till November to
yeah,
go for
exactly.
a shoot.
Yeah,
understand.
sun's out 25, quite nice. I'll come out. Yeah,
Maybe.
get the ball.
I don't know. Oh, the couch is there. Oh, I'll just sit there, bugger it. Another wasted day.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
yeah, no, it was a good weekend.
Okay. Cool. And was there any other production shooters in your squad on Saturday?
Yes, I had Reese with me,
Okay.
and he definitely stepped up very well.
Yeah. Okay.
There was a few stages I struggled on, and yeah, he just came along and nailed them, and I was like, "What the hell, man?"
He has certainly stepped up over the course of the
definitely.
year.
Yeah,
Well and truly. And I think that's also a sign of one, the decisions he makes and practice he gets, but also the club kicking in over there. Starting to click in. Kick in
definitely. Yep.
In Victoria, more opportunity to shoot and practice and do those sort of things, and I think we'll see more and more of that. Yeah, that's right.
I need to step up my game.
Yeah, you do, mate. Yeah, you do. Dutchy, coming, you wouldn't have been involved with a match since the PRI days for some of our listeners who have been hanging around for a long time. Andy, I'm not sure that's got to do with PRIs. Anyway, that's a personal.
I don't know what he did. What did he do?
Bit of shave.
He just rubbed his nipples. Is what
They
he
were
did.
the good old comfort goat days when you could bring a comfort goat to a comp and not be frowned upon. Well, they were provided, actually, weren't
I
they?
didn't realise Jordan was here. Yeah, that's back in the comfort goat days.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Sheep in New Zealand.
We asked Bronte, mate.
Probably.
Ask Bronte.
We don't discriminate. It's all good.
That's all right. What are we talking about?
Anyway. Yes.
PRS. So you were involved with your first PRS match, having been a veteran of the PRIs in terms of running stages and stuff back then. Different, similar, better, worse?
It was different for sure. It was a lot more. I don't want to say rangy, but it was rangy. There was There was a firing line.
Sort of structured, you might say.
Well, no, the PRI was very, very structured, I felt. But, the distances were a lot longer. There was more room. There was separate sections. It's,
Yeah.
it's really hard to compare.
Different atmosphere as well. Bit more walking around.
Just the stage setup is different because there's
You're in your own, Dutchy would have been in his own area and running his area and not
Several
any other
kilometres
interaction
from-
with anyone else.
anyone else. Like you can't even hear them shooting or hear their impact calls. Which I did notice at the PRS with the noise cancelling headphones with the microphones. You're getting a lot of feedback from the other stages, like hearing their impacts on target or hearing them yell impact, and that took a while to get adjusted. It took probably a couple of hours to get the microphone setting on my headphones right, so I wasn't getting too much feedback. from other stages, and I couldn't even.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was interesting. It looked like a lot of fun. I was very jealous of the people shooting it after a few minutes.
Yep.
But yeah, it was great. I'm really excited to start shooting next year, hopefully. But yeah, it's comparing. I can't really compare it to the PRI just because it's so different. Just in the setup and the size of the range that we were on. Yeah, it doesn't really compare.
But also a lot more shooters, a lot more helpers, a lot more people around.
Yeah, I don't know because like I can say, I was only on my stages. I had plenty of help. I don't know how many people rotated through, like 30, 40 shooters in those days.
About 30. Yeah, tops. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, that's good to know, good to see. And
I think like the quality of the shooting was a lot higher.
Yeah.
Over the weekend than at the PRI, and the caliber size has come down because there was a lot of
that's right.
They were like 30 cal days, like a lot of 300, a lot of Winnie mags, a lot of 308s, and now it's probably more 6.5 and 6 mil.
Yeah, there was 3 223s.
Yep.
One was an AI, and there was one 308.
Yep.
And the rest were 6s and 6.5s.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that, a lot more people are focused on recoil, and you're shooting a lot shorter distances. Like what was one of those shots at the PRI, a mile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there was a few shots at a mile.
Yep. And then a lot longer ranges. So, but yeah, the pace had certainly picked up in the stages.
Okay.
Seeing people run through. A lot more engagements, a lot faster.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, because I was on the same 2 stages all day, I didn't really see the other ones.
Of course.
But
yeah.
I did see the stage brief, and I'd say it's like a lot closer targets, more engagements, and a lot faster. And I'd say the shooting has become of a lot higher quality. Like people are tuned into this type of shooting. They can just set up their equipment, bang, 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 10, 12 rounds down in a very short amount of time. So it was very impressive, and it looked like a lot of fun.
That's a really fair comment as well. I mean, many of the shooters, not many of the shooters that shot the PRI were at that match, quite a few of them. And so that, the shooters, it's not because there's different shooters, it's because, they've gotten better at what they do. And also, you raise a really good point, the distance. We don't have the big distance ranges yet to play with. It's starting to get there, but we don't have them, so they have to be tested in other ways. And that'll be a really interesting thing to see with the guys in the US when they go over, when they shoot the match, is how they go with styles of stages that we just simply can't run here with the distance stuff. But I suspect if they get stages where they have to get through stuff quickly, they will be all over it, because that's what we do here. That's what we, not all of the stages, but that's plenty of what we do here and have done, and that'll change and ebb and flow. But we will see more. Hopefully next year we'll see some more longer ranges happening and involved, and we will start seeing perhaps a slowdown in some of the stages and smaller targets and a lot further away. But Trent was the match director the written match director for the match on the finale, and then I had to execute that, and that was a learning curve for me. Having someone else write your match.
Yeah, right.
You didn't really, you thought, I'll do a bit of changeover, a handover, and then get on with it. And I don't know whether I underestimated it, but I don't know whether I could have not underestimated. It just didn't realise some of the additional things that I, needed to do that just didn't come naturally. When you write your match, you just sort of know everything that's going on with it.
Yeah, you got your head wrapped around it.
Yeah, because you've sort of grown. And even when you get other, I've had other guys write stages with me for the match, or write a stage and throw it to me and I put it in the match and that sort of stuff. That happens. That's great. But that's very different to having someone write the entirety of the match and then you put it together. And so learn a lot. And, I certainly think that could happen, that could work well in future again. But if I was going to execute it or someone else was, I would have a list of things for them to do that you wouldn't normally do on a match, in terms of just going through some stuff and perhaps an earlier handover and there's probably some details to go into that. Not things didn't suffer greatly because of it, but just things that I thought, they could have been a little bit better. So, anyway, that was one of the things that I got out of it. It was good, but overall, I think it was a good fun weekend. Yeah. It was a tough match. It was smaller targets, but Trent went with the idea of everyone here has shot at least 2 matches. There's no guys who are absolute beginners here. Let's make it harder. And the guys who are at the pointy end, including you, Andy, had to work for it.
Oh, definitely.
And if you didn't put in the time and put in the efforts, you suffered.
Yeah.
And it really penalised you. Yeah, and guys like I remember Dutchy came up to me and he looked disappointed. I said, "What's going on, mate?" And he just went, "I zeroed my first stage ever."
Yeah, right. Yep.
Out of all the matches he shot, got 0 on the first stage, and just it was that tough a match where guys who were right at the point. I think I'm pretty sure Luke got 1 stage at least. We got 1 on.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty rare for and. Yeah, so you really got punished when, on some of the stages, it's really tough.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for someone else to get a few points up on you when it's worth double.
Yeah, that's right.
Ends up pretty close.
Yeah, because the match itself is, it's just worth how many points hits you get and that sort of thing. Whereas the overall, for those who are listening at home but not following the series closely, the finale is worth double points. So you basically take your 2 best. Each match is worth 100 points. And you make a maximum of 100. You take your 2 best scores, and then that gets added to your result at the finale, and the finale gets doubled. So the finale is worth 200 points, and that is your overall series score. And we certainly saw a lot of shake-up in the ladder for that. And the reason that that's done is because that finale means more, and it needs to mean more. And you really have to perform on the day. As Andy, you're probably one of the biggest casualties of that. And there's a point to say, you shot and you won a stack of matches during the year. So is it a bit unfair that you lost?
No, I wouldn't. No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I mean, when I look at it, the other boys just shot really well. They stepped up to the plate. I had, minimal prep, minimal practice, the months leading up to it, and just didn't put in the effort, and it showed. Yeah, that's pretty much what it came down to.
We should cut you a little bit of slack. You did have to actually leave early on Saturday for a wedding, and so you missed 2 and probably really rushed 1 stage.
Yeah. But I think, overall, I think, that wouldn't have changed too much.
No, we did run some estimated numbers previously on those 2 stages you missed, and had you got an average score on both of them, you actually still would have finished where you finished. So... which means you must have shot well on some stages because you still did it right, given you could do that. But the stages you missed, at least one of them was perhaps a very tough stage where top score was 5.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So it's probably not a bad one to miss. And the other one you said isn't a super strong point for you, which is the floating platform.
Yeah, it's sort of hit or miss. Yeah. That one.
Well done. But... yeah, so that's it's interesting to see. So that's certainly not. I mean, that's just a matter of fact. It's not an excuse for where it came. But as you said, probably didn't make a mammoth difference. No. Even if you had shot that, you might have edged a place up.
Yeah, and it was really just came down to my preparation for the match. Time and effort and training.
But into Open next year, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Looking forward to it. So I'll definitely be putting a bit more time and effort in. We'll step it up again.
Yeah,
ramp it up again and.
So have you've shot an entire season now. You've shot your first season. Prior to that, you've done practical rifle, practical rimfire carnivals, and did well there. You come into this, you won a bunch of matches, and you've always shot well. What have you? Is there a couple of big things you've learnt this year that where time and effort, or something you could pass on to the guys coming in production next year? That perhaps they could take something from.
yeah, what's that phrase? Is it the 5 P's?
Shut up and shoot.
Yeah.
What?
5 P's, like planning, preparation.
Piss poor planning prevents. No,
Planning, preparation prevents piss
Piss
poor
poor
performance.
performance.
And
That's
that's
the one.
pretty much what I took away from the finale. So,
yeah.
so there's that, and there's also, don't stress too much on the gear you have. Like I was talking to a few of the boys there, and I remember that episode where you guys were talking about, what are the bare basics you could go to a match with, and it was like, like if someone rocked up with a scope, a rifle, a bipod, and ammo, they could borrow, especially if you're starting out, they could borrow the majority of everything else and run with it. So, jump in, give it a crack. Don't get too hung up on group sizes and getting your load development like absolutely perfect, because at the end of the day, when you're on a barricade and you got like your wobble is great, like far greater than the accuracy of your rifles. So, when it comes down to accuracy of your rifle, just doesn't make that much difference, if you know what I mean. So, when you're wobbling like, 2 targets high and a target left and right, and you're thinking, that I'm only getting a half MOA group. This is doesn't.
So is what you're saying more practice in the like positional shooting aspect rather than
definitely
just nailing your groups off a bag or off a sled or whatever, going, my rifle can do whatever I ask it to do until I get it off the sled and I have to be in control of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it. You could be punching clover leaves or one group holes or prone or off a bench, and then you get on a barricade and you're just all over the shop.
Yeah.
Where you're better off spending all your time even if you're grouping like one MOA, spend your time on the barricade, just try and pick a closer target and get that trigger time off of unstable positions, and you'll find probably better results than trying to get your group size down that way.
Yeah, good thought.
Would that be better in rimfire challenge, you think, or is because you came from rimfire? Is it different when you're dealing with recoil of a centerfire and the ranges?
Yeah, a little bit. I think being able to spot your impacts is pretty important. I think with the Mirage on the weekend, I couldn't see a few of my misses at 500, things like that. So that was tricky, being able to correct for that. Coming from the rimfire stuff, that was the PRC is rather offhand sort of stuff.
Yep.
And using a very lightweight rifle and stuff it's a fair bit different, but still being able to understand stages, get into position quickly, set your round, like break off rounds consistently, and it's still very valuable having a 22 rimfire practice.
Yeah, I think there's a number of things that does come across well from rimfire, and then there's a number of things that doesn't translate. You just need to be mindful that it's a good way to practice. It's a good way to get some experience, but it's not a perfect catch-all.
Well, figuring out positional stuff, definitely, and just like if you're offhand and you want to work on breaking your shots cleanly and at the right times, then that's great.
Yeah, I think where I see the biggest strengths about it is the preparation process, those sort of things, the things that are generic to it, that because you say practicing position, but as soon as you introduce recoil into that position might have to change. So it's good. Like if you know what position you have to build for recoil, then you go back to rimfire. You run it well then. But I think it's those more, how you approach a stage and how you do this and that those really translate across well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but there's bit of everything.
Yep.
That's good. Hey, on the Sunday of I was going to ask you more questions about next year, but we'll come back to that. On the Sunday, we re-squatted, which is the first time we've done that. Gone from just generic random squads to squatted in terms of performance. So squatted basically the top 9 shooters as of Saturday night, then the 10 to 18, and then squads of 9, 5 squads of 9 from there down. Did that do anything, change anything for you? Was it non-event? Was it?
No, I didn't really think too much. Like, I don't think it changed anything for me, myself. If anything, it was more of like, oh yeah, you guys are all like same sort of level. You can just joke around a bit more, or I don't know, relax a little bit. I think.
Yep.
Because every now and then, like when you with in a group with like top shooters and then like beginners,
Yep.
there might be a bit more pressure to like try and keep up with the top shooters or try and look good for the new shooters.
Yep.
If you know what I mean.
I do. Yep.
But yeah, it was relaxed, like just being able to chat with them and knowing you're all on the same sort of
Yeah.
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Found it good. But then I guess on the other flip side of that is you're not seeing the best shooters shoot.
Sure.
If you're a beginner and you want to see
Yep.
how other people run it, then
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why I think it was tested or done on the finale. It wouldn't be something I'd do on a normal match personally.
Yep.
Some match directors may, but normal season match, good opportunity to see the good shooters and shoot with some of them and learn from them and do all that sort of thing. But for half of the finale, it's a bit of a non-event in that way. It's the finale that we went to in the US. The whole match for the whole 2 days was run like that.
Okay.
So where you finished for the season, that's how you were squatted. So you took away that, if you were 130th, you were in the lowest squad or whatever worked out to, and then you had the top 10 wandering around together for the entire weekend.
Yep.
Just just a different way of doing it. I certainly got some thoughts from the guys here at the top. It was good because it was you'd never had the best shooters all shooting together and going after each other and doing that. It certainly created an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I can imagine it would have been pretty heated that end.
Not
heated, but as in like
it was
competitive.
It was competitive.
Yeah.
It was healthy competitive. Which was good, which I think added something to it. And I totally get the idea that you didn't get to see the top shooters shoot. But you did get to see them all Saturday and all season. So a little, and that's where things like the matchbook going out early and changing that and doing just different things.
Yep.
None of these things are rules, and that's what I think I like about PRS is that none of those things are fixed. You don't have to send a matchbook out early. You don't have to send it out on the Friday afternoon. It could go out Friday morning. It could go out 2 weeks early. It could go out on the Monday after the match.
Yep.
You can do whatever you wish to do, and you hear what people like and don't like, and you cater accordingly, or you don't cater accordingly, depending on how much you want to be liked.
Yeah.
And same with the squad. So I think it was an interesting experiment.
Yep.
That I certainly would do again, but I'd only do it at finale. I wouldn't do it at a regular match.
I can't. Yeah, I think
mind
it
games
went pretty
begin
well
for next year. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I totally wouldn't do that. First match in, bang, it's happening.
So all the guys who finished top 10 last year at squad 1.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom.
If I can comment on that, because I started
you only did Sunday.
On Sunday. I only was spotter on Sunday, and the first squad through was the top squad.
That's right.
On the stage I was doing.
Yep.
And this was before any wind, any mirage, and it was like watching professional people go about their professional duties, and you're like, wow, this looks really easy. Who wrote this match? And then the wind picked up, and then the mirage came in, and it just became a nightmare for everyone, I think. Even that squad had moved on to other stages.
Yeah, of course.
But it was just like amazing to watch that group of shooters go through and just
see how it should be done.
Yeah, it was like poetry in motion for most of them.
Yeah.
And the ones that it wasn't poetry in motion, they only missed like a couple.
Yeah.
It was it was amazing. Like dead calm, no mirage at whatever ungodly hour it was in the morning.
Yeah.
Like 7 o'clock or something.
We started at 8.
8
o'clock. 8 o'clock that morning.
I don't know.
Anything without two numbers on out.
Anything in the AM's just off limits, really. No, it was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
And then the conditions picked up and the mirage came in.
And it became horrible to watch.
And no, it was still fantastic to watch. I like watching people miss. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Save your voice, you know.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say many of them. No, it was really good, and it just for me it was very informative to the conditions, even if you can shoot 400 meters in dead calm, no mirage, as soon as that kicks up, you've got to be able to read those conditions and, compensate. And when the wind's changing direction from, 6 o'clock to blowing 9 o'clock, it's going to play havoc with how you're doing it. So there's more to this game than just practicing in dead still conditions off a bench or off prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really, really informative and it looked very challenging and interesting and fun.
Andy, next year, what are you going to be running gear-wise?
Depends how much cash I get on the street.
Scissor me timbers.
Got to work that bulk pretty hard. Look, I'm still. I think my plan for now is still going to run the Tika, the tax. So I'll just be. Well, my plan is, depending on funds, swapping the trigger, barrel, scope, and then the rail and the accessories on the front of it. So I'll still just run the Tika platform and just change out the bits and pieces.
Cool. Okay. And optics wise?
Yeah, I haven't thought of that yet. Yeah, we'll see how we go. That's going to be the main expenditure. So
okay. Yep.
Yeah, obviously the big dollar thing.
Big dollar item.
We'll see how we go.
Gotcha.
Might end up running what I've got for the first couple of matches and just
see where it goes from there.
Yeah, that's it. Funding.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you said pre-season started. Have you actually started doing anything consciously for it?
No, I haven't.
Taking a break.
Other than talking about it?
Yeah.
Talking about it.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for next year. So what are you doing? No, I'm told you I'm
getting
getting ready.
ready.
Yeah,
Getting ready. Like I'm doing it right now. I've got my hat on.
Look at me.
Everything.
Look at me go.
I'm thinking about changing that barrel. I'm thinking about getting a new trigger. I'm thinking about cleaning my rifle from the finale.
No.
And I'm not going to do any of it. I'm going to get 2 weeks out and be like, shit, I need all of this done.
Yeah, you start at midnight the night before loading ammo.
Yeah.
That's how you get good, isn't it?
That's exactly
The
right.
5 Ps.
Piss poor preparation. The 5 Ps.
Yeah.
Sensational. Okay,
So-
good.
Yep. We'll go with that. Check in, watch this space.
That's right, Patreon guys. Watch just
Watch
over
this
there.
6 months space do absolutely nothing, and then there'll be a hectic rush.
Yeah. Get a message from Mandy the Wednesday night before the PR. Can't podcast tonight, loading ammo, and currently don't have a barrel.
Yeah. What do you know about
a
fitting a
guy?
barrel? Like, not a lot. Why?
No any guy. Should I stay with 6.5 or should I go 6 mil?
Split the difference. 6.25.
Running 6.5 barrels with 6 mil bullets is the way to go.
Quarter. Go the quarter inch. 2.5. 0.25. Yeah. That's it.
Quarter creed.
Quarter creeds. Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
If you live your
Better
life
hear
a quarter,
first.
quarter creed at a time.
What's a quarter creed?
It's a 0.25 Creedmoor.
Interesting.
It's like that other rifle you wanted to get that came out on April Fool's.
The 7.6 creed. Mate, I've been running one all year. It performs flawlessly. I'm just waiting for the brass.
I know that feeling. So it's good.
Yep. See what happens.
Finale. Yeah, it was good fun. Any favourite stages from you, Andy?
Ooh, the boat one was interesting.
The boat one.
Yeah, I mean, not only is it unstable on a trailer, sort of rocking around a bit, being unsupported, but also when the wind picks up, it pushes the trailer and then it pushes the boat and you wobble even more. And
This was a stage where you're in an actual tinny. And you had to shoot a couple of shots at about 300 metres off the side of it.
Yep, so you pretty much supported the front. Yeah.
And then you had to go seated unsupported, kneeling unsupported, standing unsupported at 200 metres.
Yep.
On a bigger, fairly generous target.
It was fairly generous,
And that still didn't help a lot.
No, I still suffered.
And then back down to support it again.
Yep.
So what was your position? You're sort of kneeling down and off the edge of the side of the boat.
Yeah, so
Gun on
there's
the
a bench
side.
seat in the boat.
Oh,
So
okay,
you could sit on that for your seated,
Yep.
unsupported, and then you're pretty much kneeling on the floor of the tinny.
To shoot out the side of it. Yeah.
But yeah, just definitely the standing one. And just when that wind, the gust of wind comes along, wobbles the boat. And
Yeah.
you're all over the place. And
Yeah, cool.
that
So
was-
it's sort of like being on water.
yeah.
Ish.
Ish.
Okay.
Except there was no cricket on.
Oh,
What? When you
Anytime
go
that-
out fishing, you turn the
Dutch-
cricket on.
That's exactly right. Dutchy and I generally listen to the cricket when we go fishing and get sunburned.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
there's
catch
that
no
one.
fish. And I don't believe anyone caught any fish that day.
No, there's no fish.
Yeah.
They're fishing.
So fishing.
All you need is reruns of the Ashes when we won. I don't know when that was. Was that last time? Did we just win the Ashes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
We did.
There you
we
go.
did, yeah, of
Go
course we did.
us.
Good.
So,
Did we use sandpaper? No.
Not this time.
Not
No.
this time.
No, not this time.
Doesn't work well on projectiles.
Our luck.
Oh, yeah. No, it depends. If there's, a,
Well, yeah.
if there's a bit of a wind to one side, you like sandpaper that side of the projectile and it will pick up a bit more. Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's the spindrift that does it for me. That's what I
Spindrift
rely on.
is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all rely on spindrift.
That's it.
That's general rule in life.
That's how I
Yeah.
curve them.
That's how I go around roundabouts, mate.
That's how I go to the toilet, mate. It's a messy bowl.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to somehow
yeah, it
recover from that one. It's we've just got the title of the episode, haven't we? It is a messy bowl. Oh, we're not talking about cricket. Oh, you're talking about the toilet. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm talking
with
about
you.
whatever you want to, whatever you want to think about.
Spindrift into the and it's a messy bowl.
With sandpaper. Yeah. Good.
All right.
Good. Hunting HQ would be proud.
Oh no, I've made them proud. That's bottom of the barrel stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. Let's
Oh,
keep
I'm
on
actually-
going.
I'll be impressed if I can make them blush one day. I think that's the gold
Is that
medal
the goal?
award, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, we'd get banned off everything if, if we did that. Let's do a private episode. Send just to those guys. Yeah, that won't be generally rated on ours.
No.
No,
Perfect.
not safe for public consumption, I think.
No, hey, I did have a PRS question come in from a listener. Let me find it. This could take a moment.
That's all
I
right.
don't know.
If any of our
What was
Here we go. Here it is. Here
Patreon
it is.
supporters want to kick in some cash for a new chair, mine's got a knock in it. No, every time I don't know if anyone can hear it through the microphone.
No.
No.
It's not your toilet bowl.
That's just gone.
All right, this is from Rory. I believe Rory actually might be watching now. Always a laugh and sometimes great info too. It's not talk
We'll
us
have
up
to cut
too
out
much.
the info section,
that's
I think.
all.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Take on some feedback. That's amend for that.
Pretty sure out of a whole episode, there's like 5 minutes of good content.
We must be doing the wrong thing.
That's generous. I'm not currently involved in PRS shooting.
Why?
Most likely go hunting, but would love to get in there and give it a go as it looks like a bit of fun.
Heaps.
In the
Sorry. Continue.
No, carry on. I'm in the process of getting together a new rifle. So far, I've got a Curtis Axiom Action, Trigger Tech Diamond, and a Grabo stock. And I'm looking at barrels. So far, the Proof Carbon Sendero 6.5 24-inch has my eye, but was interested to know a little more about what brand, profiles, and lengths most PRS shooters are using out in the field. Do you think the Proof Carbon barrels are the way to go? With cost not being the main concern, what would you guys use? Look forward to hearing your opinions and keep up the great podcast. There is one other question. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right. So the big question here,
What barrel?
barrel.
Yeah.
Barrels.
No
Barrels.
cost. No, at no cost.
Is it brand and profile or
Yeah,
He's asked for-
brand profile, length, that sort of
That sort of thing. And he's-
shindig.
What do you say? What caliber is he running? 6.5.
6.5.
Okay, 6.5. Any thoughts, Andy? Not you.
Well, I'd say probably most of the guys are running a 22 to 24 inch barrel, and then you add the brake on that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we had a quick discussion. The 26-inch barrel and then adding a brake on that's probably
a bit long.
Yeah, it's going to be a
The
bit.
manoeuvrability in and out of barricades and stages, I guess.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yep. And yeah, I think there's not. I mean, really, I think David's David's got a 20-inch barrel on his. I think.
I think you're right.
But
yeah,
because I mean, only going out to 500 meters, sort of. The majority of the matches.
Yeah, but I wouldn't build around that now. No, knowing that next year's going to start stretching.
Oh shit.
I wouldn't make all the decisions about that. Well, I mean, this year we had 900 up in Darwin.
True.
We had a couple of ranges that was 600.
A 900, like a Darwin 900, which is really like 600. I know who would have written that.
It was a legit 900 because it wasn't his range. So, we moved ranges to do that one. So, legit 900. And next year's
I hope you're listening.
looking like a legit 1,000.
Wow.
Possibly 1.1, but anyways, it's 1,000-ish, right?
All right.
So, I would certainly gear towards that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if the extra 2 inches is worth trying to chase a velocity though.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is 20 is probably not where it's at.
Yep.
22, 24 seems good for
Pretty
me.
common.
Yeah. He mentions there on proof carbon barrels. Proof carbon barrels, I think, are excellent.
Yep.
But I know he says that cost isn't the problem, but I really would probably be inclined to say no, because you do go through barrels. If you play this game properly, you go through barrels. That's probably one of the more expensive things you go through. And so to be able to change a barrel out without thinking about the cost of it, it's probably not a silly position to be in.
Yeah, and I think with the proof barrels, obviously, if they're carbon wrapped and things like that, great because they're light, good if you're unsupported and things, but may affect the balance of your rifle, and then you end up adding weights to the front and that sort of thing. So
I wouldn't do it for the weight. Yeah, you often do want that. I'd probably look at the profile rather than the material. And there's a couple of guys running proof barrels, but I think that most guys have gone to them for one and then will put them on their hunting gun for sure, or as a secondary barrel or something along those lines.
Yep.
Because they're an excellent barrel. When it's certainly not trying to say that they're an excellent barrel, but the proof stainless steel barrels would probably be what you want to run.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can bump through them as need be. In terms of profile, I've got a
thickish,
heavy Palmer, I think is what mine is.
the Vormont.
Yeah, there's a Vormont or a Palmer.
One of those.
Yeah. It's something you can say funny in a 12-man accent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something you can use as a crowbar, probably.
Target.
Yeah, and shoot some targets.
Yeah, that's right. Can you say straight profile in a funny way? Please say no, because
I don't.
No, we can't recommend it.
That wouldn't be funny. No.
So not straight.
Don't go straight. Yeah. No.
Don't go straight. Definitely not. Right. The other question that Rory had
with your barrel, your lifestyle choices are yours, mate.
The other subject I'd like to touch on would be magazine capacity. Most people running 5 or 10. 10.
Yeah, I'd say 10.
There's
10
no
10
question
minimum,
about it. Yeah.
If you've got a 5, I'd probably hold that as a third mag and have 2 10s. Yep.
Sure. Yep, 10. Get 2 10s and you're good.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe 3. Probably 3.
Sure.
Because if you got any
One
force mag
One might
change,
shit itself
yeah, that
during
could
the match.
happen.
So if you give up.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like if you if it's the difference between buying a carbon barrel and a not carbon barrel and buying 1 mag or 3, go stainless steel barrel and buy 3 mags.
3 mags, yeah.
And mag holders and there's some money in some those little accessories that we don't talk about a huge amount because we don't talk about a lot because they're those little accessories that new shooters don't need day one. But we probably should do a podcast on the nicer gear.
Yep.
Like, all right, if you got some money to burn, all right, these are not burning money things. These are really good. Yep. Has there been a piece of equipment for you this year, Andy, that's has been very worthwhile, the money you've spent on it, that wouldn't be regarded as first purchase options?
Recently acquired a hog saddle, sort of decent tripod setup.
Yep.
On top. Haven't used it a whole lot, but it is useful if I do need it. And then on sort of a magazine sort of side note, I did have one type of magazine pouch, which is like a fabric one, and I found
Was it your pocket?
Nah, it wasn't my pocket.
Fabric.
It was a belt mounted
internal magazine holder.
Shelved it.
Yeah. Pooping out cartridges and me. And 1, 2, 3.
No wonder your bowl was ruined.
Spin drift, mate.
You shooting like shit? No, I'm shooting shit. Had one style of mag pouch, and it didn't really work out. They were just falling out, and upgraded, spent the money on some rigid
What'd you
ones. The Horizon.
Yeah, cool.
I think they've become pretty popular.
Yeah, I think they are the Aussie standard now. Jeff didn't shoot any matches this year because he's too busy making Horizon pouches for everyone.
Oh, it's a shame.
So
but good.
Yeah, well, keep him that way.
Yeah, that's it.
Someone has to make the sacrifice.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. Nah, he'll be back shooting next year, which will be great.
Yeah,
pouches and all. So, yeah, nice. Okay, so that'd be your picks.
Yeah, it just makes it easy, especially when you're prepping for a stage. You don't have to worry about shoving a mag in your pocket or holding it with your hand and walking
Putting
around
it in your
with
mouth.
Yeah, that sort of nonsense. You can just have them there ready to go.
Yeah.
And if you've got 3 mags, you probably only need 2 holders, because then you're starting off with one in your rifle.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I've certainly seen 3 mags save some guys, and 2 round holders if useful as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's certainly a good way. Good way to be. Good way to spend your money, Rory. So we get something else.
No, I just thought on the other hand, I thought I'd get my red dot on my scope, because I'd use it heaps.
Yeah.
I haven't taken the cover off of it, so.
Okay. Is that so? This is like you're talking about a little red dot that sits on your side that you might use to quickly engage a target, or at least get on target quickly.
Yeah. Say if you were bouncing between a 500 and a 100 or 200 meter gong or something like that, I thought it might come in handy. But with the scope I've got, I can hold over relatively easy. So I mean, at 500, I'm holding about 3 mil, and it's all within the scope. I don't have to change anything, so I just ran that. Yeah.
And is that do you think that's something you haven't used in practice a whole heap? Like, if you play with that red dot immensely in practice?
I have played around with it a little bit, and I know that I can nail a gong at a 50% IPSC at 200. I can hit.
Yep.
About 70% of the time, because the red dot covers up.
Every time, though?
Yeah.
70% of the time?
Every time.
Every time.
Mainly because the red dot covers the majority of the target.
Gotcha.
So if it's difficult to see the target, if it's in the shade or something like that, then it's easier just to use your scope.
Gotcha. Because I know some guys are running those purely for quick target acquisition.
Yep.
So they use 2 eyes open or something like that, and get down behind the gun, use that to put them immediately on target, and then close the eye and they're on.
Yep.
But any of those things just take immense practice.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's got to be the point where it's second nature before you actually even attempt to use it.
Yeah. And I think if you're probably getting to that point where you say if you don't have a red dot and you're getting behind the rifle and you're struggling to find your target, you're zoomed in too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back out your zoom.
Don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Just got another question here. Somewhere.
Did that cover everything on there? Profile, length?
Yeah, our profiles. I mean, we talked a little bit about as long as Dutchy can say it in a good accent, you'll be covered.
Just thick.
Just get...
Not a pencil.
Yeah, see, medium or heavy Palmer seem to be good.
Palmer.
Yeah, there you go. So it works.
Yeah.
Just get a medium Palmer.
something like that looks all right. So,
Yep.
Got another question that I did actually hit back today, but Anthony was asking. He's looking to buy his cartridge selection PRS rifle to look at competing with at some point, taking out to 1,200 metres. I'm thinking 6.5 Creedmoor or 6.5 by 284.
You fuck that barrel in a 284 in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you have to run 12 shots through it in like 30 seconds, that thing will just be sagging.
I did reply to Anthony saying, mate, it's very much a recall game. Your 6.5 will comfortably get to 1,200 metres.
Yep.
It's not really a big issue there. So, yeah, as long as you're not trying to drop game at 1,200 metres reliably, that's probably where you might switch to the other one, but you wouldn't want to use that for a PRS match.
No.
So if you are buying a PRS rifle to compete,
Don't deviate too far from the norm. Go to Creed.
Yeah.
It worked for Apollo.
Did it?
That's a Rocky reference.
Yeah. I know.
Well, he's just looking. He was blank.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Look at him. Look at him. Is he going to
Oh, wait, no,
understand?
didn't Apollo die?
reading the
Didn't that
question.
Russian guy kill him?
I don't know. I don't know.
What? I'm reading the question. Sorry.
We're talking
taking-
Rocky, mate.
Yeah,
Moved
moved
on.
on.
Sorry. I'm still stuck at the question.
Oh, so, questions. What are you talking about? Yeah. Left-handed shooter. Let's move on.
Did he put that in there?
He did. He hasn't listened to the show, has he?
You can't get 6.5 in left-handed. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Go a 243 Slayer.
2, 4, 3 Slayer. Okay. Let's do that.
I said I'd put that in a podcast for someone.
Oh, did
and
you?
It's
Oh,
been,
we-
it's been months since I said that, and I finally remembered to do it.
Okay.
Are we taking like words from the audience or from friends that we have to drop in at some point through the podcast?
Oh, I do.
Good.
Yeah, that's why I just
have you had a good
talk so
success
much.
rate?
I'm on 1 now.
That was 2 months in the waiting.
Yeah, 2 months. I said I'd mention it of like desired cartridges, which is just a 243 Ackley improved.
Yep. Yeah.
With a bit of
Slayer.
extra slayerness in it.
Oh,
A little bit. It's more metal than the
it's
standard.
it's more metal than standard. Yeah.
you're right.
When it comes out, it goes, araya. Doesn't go bang.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Actually, is it 224?
Not the Valkyrie, is it?
Yeah, that one. Is that becoming a thing over here? Is that showing a presence?
Don't know, mate. You've shot plenty of matches. See one?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Valkyrie was designed really to run in get a good performance out of a AR,
Yep. Okay.
and because we're running bolt guns, you don't have
It's
that
not,
particular requirement. So you may as well run a 22 to 50.
Yep.
And then you may as well not do that in a
and then
PRS match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
nothing particularly wrong with them. They just don't. There's not a burning need for them here, like in the
Yep.
US.
Yep.
So, yeah, sort of. With over there when they were running, gas gun comps,
Yeah. Okay.
made good sense. Yeah, to run a really heavy 2v4 projectile. But yeah, we don't have that restriction here. So, restriction, benefit, advantage, whatever it is.
Yep.
We don't have it here.
Situation.
Scenario.
Yep. It's less
Requirements.
or higher, depending how you look at it.
Oh, we've gone downhill. Okay, good.
How can you go downhill from rock bottom?
We're
we're still scraping the bottom.
into mining territory now. We're fracking.
Sucking on bore water.
Yeah, we've run out of beer. What's going on with that? Good. All right. I think
I do have more
you do have more. Oh, you got more beer?
in the car.
That's in the car. I could go to the bar. Anyway, we're probably about done. Probably. Do you want another beer?
Some of us have to drive.
It doesn't bother me.
Because you don't have to drive.
I have to drive. Yeah. I've got a beer there. It was an ale brewing, a very pale ale. It was two and a half drinks per can.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy at the bottler gave me a heads up. He's like, just so you know, mate, 8.5%. Just so you know.
That sounds like a good roadie.
I've looked at it and went, well, that's why they sell it in a 4-pack, mate.
Yeah.
Because you won't get through 6 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Challenge accepted.
Well, ask Trish about that.
Are you ready to see me go to sleep?
Let's be honest, he's got all day to drink 4 beers. So.
Well,
Yeah,
10 beers, really.
Why waste your time? Just get them all done in the morning.
That's right. And then have a nice healthy lunch. Be good to go.
Just go back to sleep.
We have digressed significantly. Finale was good fun. Thanks for all the guys who were involved in the season. Really, it was in the season. Even Aaron as well. It was good fun.
It was good fun.
It was really good fun.
It was good
but
fun.
the whole year's been good fun.
Yeah.
So it was good. And then I ended up with a new rifle, which is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've seen the gayest gay tiger in the world, that thanks
Has
to
been
some very
surpassed by this one.
some extremely generous people who didn't tell me anything and then bought me a gun. It was very exceptionally kind of them. I end up with a very flash gun. So if you haven't seen it,
That looks sick.
it has got a rainbow paint job with black tiger stripes, and of course it's in 6 GT, 6K Tiger. None of these photos are working. We killed our internet. Probably have.
No, we only killed our internet by trying to use it.
So if you don't use it, it's fine.
That's it.
Well, everyone else is trying to
drop
use
the
it
stream
as
to the Patreons.
well. Can't handle this much.
It's too much. Anyway, you guys have seen it. Hopefully we'll have that next week. Next podcast, have a little look at it. It's an impact action, all very flash, and I have to learn how to use the thing now and get out there and shoot a match. So I did actually go and last week I bought a KRG chassis for my 2-3.
Nice.
So I've got virtually matching chassis to practice with.
Yep.
Eventually that
Virtually
chassis.
matching. One's probably like a drab, what is it, olive drab or black? Flat
One's
dark earth.
black. Yep.
Yeah,
When I
and
say
this
virtually
one,
matching, right?
They're nothing alike.
It's actually an MPA. No, they can't do. They're just there's a couple of minor differences in the knobs and bits and pieces, shapes and stuff. Anyway, not important.
Gay one's got a big nub.
It's got the biggest knob.
You definitely need to put a really big brake on that.
It's got a brake on it.
A really big one. Big knob.
I was going to put the APA chode on it.
Nice.
Yeah. If you
And then the biggest bolt handle you can find.
Good. Yeah, so I've got myself one for the 2-3, so I'll be able to get out there.
You'll just be there stroking it the whole time. Mate, I need my rifle back.
I've lost it.
I just can't stop.
I'm just warming it up.
Right, well, I'll shoot. You cycle the bolt. Go team. So, yeah, the GT is going to be a little while on brass, I suspect. Alpha Munitions are producing brass shortly. So when they do, I'll get some of their brass. And till then, I'll crank the 2-3 and get some practice in. So, yeah, and then someone's got to convince me to go to a match next year and actually shoot it.
Yeah.
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 But there's some exciting things on. Anyway, more details about PRS next year. If you are listening, you want to know the dates for next year.
Too bad.
Pretty much January.
Too bad.
January.
Yeah, but it's Christmas.
Pretty much we're into Christmas now.
Yeah.
No, but the reason is a lot of the ranges are run by committees, and committees meet every month or two, and so things do take time to process. So, dates will come out as soon as they possibly can. Stay calm. We'll be back.
No.
Stay calm, stroke the tiger.
Thanks for listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast. To continue the discussion, check out our Facebook page. And for more information, head to our website, www.precisionshootingpodcast.com.au. This episode was brought to you by Impact Dynamics.